The snow fell in soft whispers outside my apartment window, but the text on my phone burned like fire. Asterisk Lila, ice storms hit hard. Christmas dinner's off. Stay safe. Asterisk my mom's words were meant to sound caring, but they left me hollow. I sighed, staring at the screen, trying to shrug off the disappointment. Chicago winters could be brutal, I told myself. It made sense. But what I didn't know then was that this simple message would unravel a lifetime of lies. Exposing a family I thought I knew and changing my world forever. My name's Lila Harper. And I'm 34. I'm a financial analyst, the steady, practical one in a family of big personalities. Growing up, I was always the odd one out, the quiet sister who preferred spreadsheets to spotlight, while my younger sister Mia was the golden child, dazzling everyone with her charm. That Christmas, I planned to spend the day alone, sipping cocoa, watching old holiday films, and ignoring the ache of being on my own. But by mid-afternoon, everything changed. I was scrolling through my phone when I froze. My cousin Tara had posted a photo on social media, asterisk perfect Christmas at Mia's. So grateful for family traditions. Asterisk, the image showed my entire family, mom, dad, aunts, uncles, cousins, even grandma gathered around Mia's polished dining table, all smiles and festive cheer. Through the window in the photo, the sky was clear and bright, no ice storm, no canceled plans. My hands trembled as I scrolled through more pictures. Dad slicing ham, Mom arranging her famous peppermint cookies, my nieces and nephews tearing into gifts. The truth hit like a punch. They'd lied to me. They'd planned this gathering and deliberately left me out. The betrayal stung deeper than I could process. All those times they'd said events were canceled, all those small gatherings. I'd missed how many had been lies. How long had they been orchestrating this charade, pretending to care while excluding me? I sat there staring at the photos, my hot chocolate growing cold, as years of doubts crystallized into one undeniable truth. My family didn't want me. The next morning, my phone rang. It was Mom, her voice bright and casual. Hey, sweetie. Hope you had a cozy Christmas. We missed you. The lie was so effortless, so cruel, it made my chest tighten. I gripped the phone, my voice steady despite the storm inside me. Really? Because Tara's photos show everyone at Mia's, having the time of their lives. Everyone but me. Silence. Then a nervous laugh. Oh, Leela, it was a last-minute thing. Mia threw it together and, well, you're always so reserved at family events. We thought you'd prefer a quiet day. Her words were a knife, twisting deeper. You thought it'd be better to lie about an ice storm? To make me spend Christmas alone? I pressed. Don't be dramatic, she snapped. Mia wanted everything perfect. We didn't want any tension. That was it, the moment something in me broke. All the canceled plans, the missed invitations, the family photos I'd see weeks later on social media, it wasn't a one-off. It was a pattern. How many times? I asked, my voice barely audible. How many other gatherings have you lied about? Another silence, then a dismissive huff. Layla, you're overreacting. This is why she stopped herself, but it was too late. Why what? I demanded. Why you exclude me? Why you pretend I don't exist unless you need something? Why Mia's the perfect daughter while I'm just nothing? That's not true, she said, but her voice lacked conviction. We love you both. It's just Mia makes an effort. You're always so busy with work, I laughed, a bitter sound. Busy? You mean busy helping you pay bills? Busy taking care of Dad when he was sick? That kind of busy? Her tone turned cold. If you're going to be like this, maybe we need some space. Call me when you're ready to talk sensibly. The line went dead, and I sat there, the weight of 34 years crashing down. Every excuse, every slight, every time I'd swallowed my hurt, it hadn't been my fault. I wasn't the problem. They were growing up. I'd always tried to be the good daughter. I did chores, aced school, gave up my dream of studying photography to pursue finance because my parents said it was secure. Mia, though, she could do no wrong. When she quit college to chase her dream of being a lifestyle influencer, they called her bold. When I worked late to help them with their car payments, they barely noticed. I remember one moment that should have woken me up years ago. When Dad had heart surgery, I took a month off work to care for him, cooking, driving, managing his meds. Mia visited once, posted a tearful selfie with him, then left for a wellness retreat. Yet in their stories, Mia was the devoted daughter, and I was just helping out. My extended family wasn't any better. At every reunion, my aunts fawned over Mia's latest trip to Tulum or her new smoothie brand, while they'd ask me why I was so serious or when I'd find a real life. My promotions at work were nice, but Mia's viral Instagram reels were legendary. I kept telling myself it didn't matter, that family was family, that they loved me in their own way. Even last Thanksgiving, when I spent hours cooking with Mom only for her to credit Mia for everything, I bit my tongue. I always did. When Mia announced she'd host Christmas, I offered to help. She waved me off, saying she wanted it flawless. I should have seen the red flags, but I was still clinging to the idea of our happy family. I spent my life chasing their approval, excusing their neglect, convincing myself that if I worked harder, gave more, they'd finally see me. But that phone call with Mom shattered the illusion. I wasn't part of their picture-perfect family. I never had been. I couldn't stay silent anymore. I opened my laptop and started typing an email to my entire family, parents, Mia, aunts, uncles, cousins, everyone who'd been at that Christmas dinner. The words poured out, raw and unfiltered. Asterisk, I saw the photos from Mia's Christmas dinner. The one I was told was canceled due to an ice storm. You didn't just exclude me, you lied to make me spend Christmas alone. I'm done pretending this is okay. Asterisk, I attached screenshots of Mom's texts alongside Tara's sunny photos and hit send. The fallout was immediate. Aunt Claire claimed it was a miscommunication. Uncle Tom said I was blowing things out of proportion. Tara deleted her posts and messaged me, accusing me of stirring drama. Mia's response was a masterpiece of condescension, a long email about how I never fit in at family events and how she'd done me a favor by sparing me the stress of her perfect holiday. But my parents' reaction showed their true colors. Instead of owning up, Mom started calling family friends, painting me as unhinged. Dad emailed me demanding I respect family privacy and stop airing our issues. Mia texted me, asterisk, you've really messed up now. Mom's a wreck and it's your fault. This is why we didn't want you there? Asterisk, it was surreal. They betrayed me, yet I was the villain for calling it out. The more I stood my ground, the harder they pushed back. Mom showed up at my office, crying in the lobby, trying to guilt me into apologizing. Mia posted cryptic stories about cutting out toxic people. Dad threatened to write me out of his will if I didn't fall in line. Their desperation only proved what I'd finally realized. This wasn't a family. It was a machine, built to prop up Mia and keep me in my place. And I was done with it. A week later, an unexpected message changed everything. It was from Ellen, a retired accountant who'd worked for my parents years ago. Asterisk, Lila, I've seen the family drama online. There's something you need to know. Can we meet? I agreed, and we met at a small coffee shop. Ellen looked uneasy, sliding a thick envelope across the table. I've kept this secret too long, she said. Your parents made me swear not to tell, but I can't stay silent anymore. Inside were financial records going back 15 years. As I read, my heart pounded. My grandfather had left me a $250,000 inheritance for my education and future, to be released when I turned 25. I'd never seen a cent of it. Ellen explained, your father was the trustee. He funneled it all to Mia's accounts to bankroll her influencer career and her failed startups. The records showed more properties Grandpa left for me and Mia to split evenly. My parents had sold them, using a power of attorney I'd signed at 18, thinking it was for medical emergencies. They'd stolen my inheritance while I'd worked overtime to pay off student loans and help with their bills. Why now? I asked, my voice shaking. Ellen sighed. Your mom's been posting about you being unstable. They're trying to discredit you before you find out. What they did wasn't just wrong, it's illegal. The pieces fell into place. Their lies, their panic, their need to keep Mia on a pedestal, it was all to cover their tracks. They'd robbed me for years, then made me feel guilty for not doing enough. I thanked Ellen and left, the envelope clutched tightly. As a financial analyst, I knew how to follow a money trail, and I spent the next week doing just that. Every shady transfer, every forged document, every misuse of my power of attorney, I documented it all. I hired a lawyer, Priya Patel, who specialized in financial fraud. "This is airtight," she said. "We can press criminal charges, but it'll be messy." "What do you want to do?" I thought about it. Charges would ruin their reputation, but they'd already ruined our family. Still, I decided to give them one chance to make it right. I emailed Mom, Dad, and Mia, asking for a meeting at my place to work things out. They agreed, probably thinking they could charm me back into submission. The morning of the meeting, I laid out 3 folders on my table, one for each of them. Inside were copies of the financial records, Ellen's statement, and a letter from Priya outlining their options: return my inheritance with interest and sign a confession, or face criminal charges. They walked in, all fake smiles and confidence. Mom started, "Lila, we're so glad you're ready to move past this." I slid the folders across the table, read these first. Their faces changed as they opened them. Dad's jaw tightened. Mia's hand shook. Mom tried to bluff. "This is absurd. You're trying to extort us." I laughed, cold and steady. "Extortion? No, I'm giving you a choice. Return what you stole, or the police get everything." Ellen's ready to testify. "You can't do this," Dad roared. "You stole from me," I shot back. "You sold my properties, used my inheritance to fund Mia's vacations, and watched me struggle. You don't get to play victim."
Mia
sobbed. "I didn't know. They said it was their money." I pointed to the records. "It went straight to your accounts." "You knew." Mom tried guilt next. "Think about the family. What will people say?" I met her eyes. "You should have thought about that before stealing from your daughter." I gave them 48 hours to decide and showed them out. They left in chaos, Mom crying, Dad fuming, Mia pleading. The deadline passed with no response. Instead, they tried to cover their tracks, closing accounts, shredding papers, even pressuring Ellen to recant. But I'd already sent everything to the authorities. The next day, police showed up at their doors. Dad was arrested at his office. Mia's influencer brand was seized as an asset bought with stolen funds. And Mom was taken in during a book club meeting. The family's perfect image shattered overnight. The local news ran a story. Prominent family faces fraud charges. Relatives who'd backed them went silent. My phone buzzed with a text from Ellen. *, you did the right thing. Your GRNDPA would be proud. *, she was right. This wasn't about vengeance, it was about truth. A year later, I'm in a new condo in Seattle, watching rain streak the windows. The case is over. My parents took plea deals, paying restitution. Mia's influencer career tanked. She's working retail now. The relatives who enabled them faded away, but I've built a new circle, friends who value me, colleagues who respect me, even a cousin who apologized for staying quiet. Ellen visited recently, bringing an old photo of me and Grandpa at the lake, laughing over a caught fish. "He always said you were the tough one," she told me. "He knew you'd rise above." Grandpa's inheritance was meant to secure my future, but his real gift was the strength to break free. I used to think family was about blood, about fitting into their mold. Now I know it's about truth, respect, and choosing who deserves a place in your life. Sometimes the best way to honor the past is to let go of the people who betrayed it and build a future that's yours.